Hectic.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys are still enjoying the show. So much happening today. So many awesome Madhouse games. Thank you guys for being so awesome. You guys are so great. Thank you so much. The hashtag is HecticFear. So on Facebook and Twitter, whenever you're communicating with us, please be sure to use that hashtag. Now, we do understand that it is summertime, but it's not just about summer bodies and going to the beach. There are some really serious things that are happening out there, like forest and mountain fires. That's why we are joined by Theo Lane, who is the station commander of the city's fire and rescue services, joining us on the show today. Tell us a little bit more about these fires. Theo, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
It's good to be back.
Oh man, it's so great to have you back. Tell me, how long have you been a firefighter?
Been there for 28 years.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to say a short 28 years.
That's a really long time, but hey, it is short, but we're just going to keep it at that.
Yeah.
Now tell me, there is such a thing as a fear for fire, right? It's called pyrophobia.
Pyrophobia.
That's
yes.
correct. Have you had instances where, you know, you've dealt with people who are genuinely really afraid of these fires, and how have you been able to handle and deal with those situations?
Well, we do find that there's a lot of people that will take all that extra precaution to prevent fires, especially in their own homes, which is basically a good thing. Everybody should be scared of fires, and I think we will have a little bit less fires. But some people are really extreme about it, so they will really go overboard.
Absolutely, and we've seen it happen a lot. It happened earlier in the year as well, where we had a lot of, you know, mountain fires.
Mountain fires.
Yes, can you please tell me about that? What causes those fires? Why does it happen?
Most fires are caused by negligence. That is basically the foremost reason for it. Negligence in a lot of different ways. And people should just take a lot more precaution when they, when they're working around fires or using fires. And we will have a lot less fires then.
So you do agree that it's not just climate change that actually causes this, it also is people's negligence.
No,
What do people... Oh, yes?
That'll be a contributing factor, yes.
Yeah, but what do people do? What kind of negligence is this?
Just to give an example, if you are braaiing at Tukai Forest, for example, and you leave the braai area and you don't extinguish your fire.
Right.
In the afternoon, it's known that the wind will come up, it blows open those embers, and it can start a fire. And we've had fires that have started in that way in the past.
Okay, and what are some of the procedures that the firefighters follow to actually keep these fires under control?
Well, when you're talking about under control, when we're fighting fires in that kind of terrain, it is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
We do find that our access is a problem. We also find that the lack of water, especially in the mountainous areas, that is a problem. So we have got specialized vehicles and techniques in which we fight those fires. But I think the preventing of those fires is better than us actually having to go and extinguish it.
Okay, I totally agree with that. And we did have, a situation in April as well, where there was like a whole lot of fire on the slopes of Signal Hill. Why is it so difficult to keep it completely under control? And what are some of the other contributing factors?
Yeah, Signal Hill is one of those areas that has only got one road in.
Okay.
And that means that our vehicles' access is very limited.
Right.
Then the terrain that we are fighting that fire on, it's basically mountainous, hilly terrain. It is uneven terrain. Those are all the problems that a firefighter has to face.
Yeah.
Then added to that the strong southeasterly wind, which that time of the year is also a big problem for us.
Okay.
And then again, like I mentioned earlier on, water. There's no water on Signal Hill, so we're taking all the water up there with us. But again, a lot of those fires could have been prevented.
Fantastic. And are there any websites that we can maybe visit to educate ourselves a little bit more about these fires?
Yes, the city has got a website, and the Fire and Rescue Services on that website as well. So that is www.capetown.gov.za. And all the information, fire safety, and basically everything about the fire brigade is on there.
Fantastic. Theo, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Again, it's been such a pleasure having you. Yes, guys, please keep the conversation going online on Facebook and Twitter. The hashtag is HecticFear.
Hectic.